Everybody, I'm Matthew Steele. Brian's off this weekend, but here's your talking points for the week. We talk one-on-one with Mayor Dan Pope about his recent council vote that many have called a clear-cut conflict of interest. We also get to hear from the Lincoln Project, a campaign made up of current and former Republicans actively trying to defeat President Trump this November, and why they say West Texas could help.
From the studios of KAMC Television in Lubbock, your local election headquarters. This is Talking Points with Bryan Mudd.
Thanks for joining us. A pretty busy week here on the South Plains, and it all started with a visit from Texas Senator John Cornyn. Cornyn was in town getting a chance to sit in on a Lubbock High School government class virtually. Cornyn thanking those students for, quote, showing the nation that face-to-face instruction can be safe and possible. Then joining yet another virtual call with some Lubbock ISD teachers, telling them they're very much needed in helping students learn how to live somewhat normal lives, even in the time of coronavirus. Cornyn also announcing over $10 million in CARES Act funding for local public schools, nearly $8 million of those strictly for Lubbock ISD. Cornyn says that money will provide more protective equipment for the district, along with funding for over 1,000 Wi-Fi hotspots and at-home learning supplies for families who may not be able to afford them right now.
Money is always in short supply, and there's always a lot of demand in public education because the needs are so great. So I think it's great we were able to provide the money that hopefully Lubbock ISD will find useful, has found useful. I know there are going to be continuing needs. So my hope is when we go back to Congress next week, when we reconvene, that we'll break the current impasse in some of the negotiations and come up with an additional package which will hopefully hit the target.
But also this week, Lubbock Mayor Dan Pope addressing an interesting council vote he recently took part in that approved grant money for a downtown building. For the last 3 years, the city has been working with investors who want to move into the downtown area as part of the city's revitalization plan. Mayor Pope voted to grant money to a building that'll help house a restaurant that his wife is investing in.
My wife is a small minority investor in that restaurant. I voted for that incentive. I probably should have recused myself. In fact, I should have. And I want you to know that I apologize for that.
Mayor Pope says he's now updated his financial statements to make sure everything is correct. We got a chance to speak with Mayor Pope about his vote more in depth. Here's our conversation.
We considered a grant for a building on Broadway, which will hold a restaurant, soon to be open restaurant. That building is not owned by the restaurant. They're going to lease it, but nonetheless, it was indicated on the grant request that they would be there. And my wife is a minority investor in that restaurant, very small interest in the restaurant. But I missed it when it came up, and I should have recused on that vote. And it, so I wanted to make sure people heard that I'd made a mistake when I didn't do that. And I wanted to, I feel like trust is very important, and I work hard on building trust. And I wanted to make sure people knew that I apologized because I thought I'd fallen short, and that I will strive to make sure it doesn't happen again.
So when you say you missed it, are you saying that when it came to you and you saw it and you just kind of took the vote forward and said, hey, this is a good idea, okay, next subject? Or was it, did you not realize this was the business that your wife was investing in, or how'd you miss it?
Well, I didn't catch it on the agenda. I mean, I don't have to explain to you, but our agenda is many times 800 pages long. It's not like it's something that could be missable. It was styled as a grant for those two businesses together. Had it been just for the restaurant, it may have stood out to me, but I can't give you a good reason as to why. But I did miss it.
Gotcha. And that's what you say. You decided to go ahead and come on out and apologize for. What made you I just go ahead and say, was it, I guess my question is, why now? Did you go ahead?
Another news media outlet asked me about it. And I researched it and told them that I had made a mistake. Have done an interview with them. But, you know, I felt like once I realized that I'd made a mistake, I've updated my personal financial statement. I want to make sure I'm disclosing it correctly. And I thought it was important that I let the voters know. So that's why I did it.
Talk about the trust aspect of it, you know, somebody, you know, if a citizen reads this or watches this and says, we can't trust, can they say we can't trust Mayor Pope? Or you're saying, no, I made a mistake, but you can still trust me to lead this city?
I think that I've got to run on my entire body of work. And I hope people will look at everything I've done and realize that you know, I'm human, and I overlooked something. I made an error, and I want to make sure I come clean. And I don't think it impacts my ability to lead going forward. Certainly, it will. I need to redouble my efforts to make sure I don't miss something like this. Here's what makes this makes me feel really bad about it, Matthew. We made a decision together that I would not be a part of the investment. She has her own business. She used her own money. I wanted to be arm's length. So I made a mistake.
You know, if if you had not voted, whether that would have swayed the decision, or was everybody okay?
To my knowledge, every vote we've taken on incentives over the last downtown incentives over the last 3 years have been unanimous. So, in fact, most of those are done as part of our consent agenda. So those are items that are considered to be routine and are enacted with one motion. We did not handle this matter individually. There was not a discussion about it, and my vote would not have swayed the outcome.
Just talk about briefly, just about conflict of interest in general, and I'm assuming that you have a zero tolerance policy for conflict of interest within city government, and I imagine.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a. You know, we spend the people's money, and when we do that, we've got to make certain that we can separate ourselves from a vote on something. And you know, sometimes that's hard. I mean, I'll give you an example. You know, if I happen to do business with a law firm that's in the building of and the building owner wants to, you know, apply for a downtown grant, I don't think there's a conflict there. Although I guess somebody could try to spin it as such. So, you know, there's a lot of there's quite a bit of interpretation around conflicts, but I generally believe that if it's perceived to be a conflict, then it's a conflict, and that's the litmus test that I try to run things through.
Is there anything else that you feel like, you know, I know we're less than 60 days out from the November election. Is there anything else that you feel like you should go ahead and address, something you may not have been forthright on, or something that you feel like you should just go ahead and address? Or do you feel like you've been honest and open with people of Lubbock?
No, I have nothing else to disclose. I'll stand on my record and on my word, and but I appreciate you asking the question.